uses the Among the population of Rwanda, we have almost 52% of women. Among all those women, you have role models from the central level until the villages. One of the role models I personally consider as a role model is, for example, the mayor of Kigali. The way she is working in a big city like Kigali, I think she is doing a wonderful job. And she is showing the way to many young women who are in the university to see how women can be involved, how women can share their knowledge, how women can share their commitment. And throughout the country, you can find other role models in environment, agriculture, in the police, in the justice. You find women everywhere very committed to the development of the country, to the reconstruction of the country, committed to make this country an example for a good governance and for development.
Rwandan women in our culture and tradition played a very big role in both government and even the economic and social well-being of society. Because of that, despite the problems we had, they still continue to play a very big role in upholding their families in difficult circumstances. And I would really think that it is primarily because of the way the Rwandan women have held themselves amidst challenges and the role they have even played in the liberation of our country that wins them recognition. That's on one hand. And nevertheless, I'm very much aware that the world over, women do a lot of work, but it also takes a people and a leadership that recognizes that work and that sense of commitment and pride. And we are very, again, honored to have a leadership that gives women a forum to be able to exercise their capacities and abilities, sometimes to an extent they themselves maybe wouldn't imagine they would if they didn't have an opportunity.
You don't have any choice than working hard when you look at the challenges in front of us. We are coming from far. We are coming from a destroyed nation, and we are now having a peaceful and a country that is developing at an unbelievable pace. But that didn't happen by chance. There are people who worked hard, people who gave completely their life. Our generation is the generation that Rwanda has been waiting for. We have had a generation that brought us independence. We have our generation that brought us, our parents, that brought us liberation, united and peaceful country. But I think it's our generation who is going to bring to this country socio-economic development. But are we willing to work hard for that? Are we willing to take the task forward? I think that's the question I'm asking myself every morning. That's the question I think we should be asking ourselves as the young Rwandans. I think for me that's the new meaning of patriotism. But I don't necessarily have any answers except working hard.
The importance of women in the development of Rwanda actually is much more embedded into the history of this country. We say in our wise saying, African wise saying, that he who has a better wife has got a better house. meaning actually that development starts right from the home state. And the woman has been playing a very important role in Rwanda's family development.
Uruhare rw'umugore mu iterambere ry'igihugu cyacu urabona nk'imishinga myinshi nk'amakoperative menshi agizwe n'abadamu. Abagabo bayitabira usanga ari bake. Rero iyo umugore yitabiriye ibikorwa nk'ibi aba yitabiriye umuryango muri rusange, aba yitabiriye igihugu, numva byose bigenderamo kuko yabyitabiriye n'uruhare runini abigiramo.
I have a motivating government, motivating institution that gives me the opportunity to exploit everything that I have inside me, and who is not ready to work for the better of their country.
Our project is mainly focused on two things: women empowerment and the Volcanoes National Park as the natural resources we have to protect. Women need capacities, and this is why we are there to help them to improve their knowledge, to improve their skills, to improve their capacities on the ground in terms of natural resources management, like nurseries management, tree planting, and land use, and other roles linked to sustainable development.
Umugore mu iterambere ry'igihugu ndabona afite umwanya ukomeye. Afite umwanya ukomeye kuko abagore umugore ngenda mubona ng'umubyeyi. Umubyeyi ni kuvuga ko umugore igihe agiye kuyobora afata akazi ng'urugo rwe, akakunda akazi akora, akayobora, mu bintu byose akora uko Imana yamuremye afite urukundo ibyo akorera, bigatuma rero ibintu byose akora bishobora gutuma igihugu gitera imbere, kuko umugore niba akoze ikintu n'urukundo n'umutima umwe ibintu byose biragenda neza. Kandi igihe uko mukuru w'igihugu cyacu yagiriye abagore ikizere akaba akomeza kubashira mu myanya ikomeye, turabona ari imyinduka myinshi ikomeza kugaragara mu gihugu cyacu, mu majambere y'igihugu cyacu.
Rwanda population is a very young population. More than 67% of the population is under 25. This can show you the importance of youth in this population. And particularly the young girls, young women have demonstrated a commitment and a excellence in whatever they are doing in the country and outside.
Because they've recognized what I've done, it means I can't just stop there, I need to do more. So in the short term, it showed me their recognition, their appreciation, which is a very good motivating factor, I guess. And in the long term, it motivated me to do even more in the future. I just need to outdo myself as best as I can.
UNFPA partnership with Inbuto is focused on youth. Inbuto have a program which aims to empower youth so that they can play their role in the development of the country. If you want to empower youth, you need also to empower them through their knowledge in sexual and reproductive issues, family planning, HIV/AIDS prevention. So that's why we build this partnership with Inbuto so that they can reach more and more youth at central, district and village level.
PAC first started as a project. It was really protection and care for family against HIV and AIDS. But with time, we realized that we had many challenges in a country which was totally destroyed, given the infrastructure, the human resources. So there was no way we could really confine ourselves in just addressing the HIV/AIDS issue. We decided to to adopt quite a comprehensive, I would call it a comprehensive approach to all the different activities we're doing. But with time, we came to realize that we know exactly what we are good at. So that's how we decided to move from a project now to a foundation.
For us, it's really very important because we saw the youth as agent of change, and we want, as older generation, to work with them, to be sometimes role model, but also to recognize that within the youth there are really very outstanding people that can be model for the peers. Yeah. Imbuto Foundation is also active not only in HIV/AIDS domain, but all health components such as child and maternal health, family planning, and also we work in the field of education, promoting girls' education, recognizing best performing girls. Also, we work in the socio-economic development field, especially for the most vulnerable population.
So I definitely want to contribute in the best way that I can. I want to make a difference in medicine, health in Rwanda, in education in Rwanda, and that's why I'm so excited about this education which I'm receiving, because I know ultimately I will make a difference.
Being an instructor of cadet, I feel proud because it's very rare to see a woman or a female teaching officers, more especially men. So I feel proud when I stand before them, and more especially transforming them to be officers. For example, me, I tried to be the best cadet with the other cadets that I performed with. When they see me as the role model, they feel like joining the army and serving for the country as women.
Hello there, everybody. Good evening and welcome to this evening news bulletin. My name is Faith Mbabazi.
And in our top headlines tonight, Rwandan President Paul Kagame is currently in South Africa, where he's joining other leaders of African countries to deliberate on the current economic crisis. And in our other news stories, we're going to be talking to...
What I can remember ever since I got into our firm is that we had a very, very big role in sensitizing women to join decision-making levels. That is, in the recent concluded parliamentary elections, we had more than 50% women in parliament, and we did a great job. I'm so proud of what we did. You know, we go right to grassroots level. We have women interacting with us. We have their programs on air, and we're doing a great job. At least at the end of the day, you know, we went home and sat and we said, wow, you know, we can go very far away if we can manage to sensitize women from Umudugudu level, that's the community level, you know, to think that they're women of value, they can add something to their community, they can head families, they can bring change to the community. Then we have done this, we should be proud of it.
Now, if we talk of our country, presently, I don't refer back far in history, but presently that woman has actually been given a more prominent role for many reasons. We experience a lot of development, a lot of achievements in which women share. Let's talk of, for instance, in our parliament here. Our lower chamber is composed of 56% of women. We never saw anything like a performance that has decreased. The contrary is there. Performance has very much increased due to this new aspect of people's involvement.
Ku bijyanye n'icyizere ku gihugu cy'iterambere cy'uruhare rw'umwana w'umukobwa mu iterambere ry'igihugu ejo hazaza, icyizere kirahari. Icyizere kirahari kubera yuko igihugu cyacu byonyine ubushake bwa politiki kubera ko buhari, ni nacyo cyambere gituma n'igihugu cyacu kigeze kuri uru rwego, nuko hari ubushake bwa politiki bwo gufasha kugira ngo umugore atera imbere mu nzego zose dushingiye kuri wa mubare munini ariko dushingiye nuko nabo ubushobozi babufite.
Well, what made me start the Genocide Intervention Network and what made me work so hard and continue to work so hard today is because of what happened in Rwanda in '94. So with some friends and myself, we started as a student group trying to raise awareness on campus and telling people, write letters to your congressmen, your senators, fundraise so that we can put the word out there that there's a genocide going on. And I believe that citizens could make a difference, that everyone, if they wanted to, if they put themselves together, they could bring awareness and make this stop. Receiving this award is also about empowering young girls, about empowering women, about bringing the idea of women moving this country forward, women bringing this country to where it should be and can be. And I think receiving this award has given inspiration and has given hope to young girls who are watching and saying, you know, as a young girl, what can I do? And in this region of the world, not that long ago as a young girl, there's only so much you could do. But now as a young girl, you can look up to women achievers who are being honored by one of the most inspiring women in this country, and you can say, this is what I want to do, this is what I can do.
Quite a number have been coming to me asking me how I have made it. I think I can play a bit in telling them, yes, you too can make it. I made it. I was a small girl too, more so in worse conditions, a child in a refugee camp, all the way with all the difficulties, and here I am, sure. And one other thing I can say is that your talents are needed. You are an individual, but an individual who must contribute to the whole. Actually, it's you, your capabilities, her capabilities, his capabilities, all of you collectively that are going to push this nation to the vision we are all looking at.
My dream was to have a company, big one. So I said, okay, in what? We are used to adult people already married. They're the ones who can do business. But for those who are still young, not yet married, people don't get it. They don't really understand it. I remember when I was introducing myself and people would ask me, what do you do? I'm a business person. I say, how come you're a business person and you look so young? I say, that's good to look young and do business as a young person. When we even see all around in the rural, coming like to the sector of handcraft, because that's the sector where I'm in, I see women are the one making those handcrafts, and they're the one even helping their communities. They're the one who are supporting their families.
Tumaze kugera inaha mu Rwanda, ubuzima namwe mwarabonye bwo mu Rwanda, byasabaga kugira ngo umuntu abe afite ukundi kuntu yabona umufasha. Twebwe uwakadufashije tugeze inaha ngaha mu 96, my brother wenda twakabaye dufitemo hope yo kugira ngo adutangirire, niwe wahise apfa mbere. Ubwo kwiga kwanjye kurahagarara. Noneho guhagaze, ubuzima bwakomeje kuba bubi iwacu mu rugo. Bukomeje kuba bubi, jewe nabonekaga nkaho ari giye mukuru mu rugo, noneho usigaye nahise nekereza icyo nakorera mu rugo iwacu. Nahise numva yuko mfite ubwenge, mfite ubuzima, ndavuga nta mpamvu yo kugira ngo mu rugo bakene jewe mari hano, kuko abakabaye barabikoze bose bari bamaze gupfa. Ye nahise mu guhaguruka, ikintu nta kindi kintu nabonaga uretse iyo nkimwe, niyo nabonaga, niyo nari ifite, niyo yanjye ku giti cyanjye. Nahise nyigurisha, niyo natangiye gukoresha. Natangiye kuyikoresha, yaradufashije mu buzima bwacu nko mu rugo. Ndayikoresha, Imana yimeramo umugisha, igenda yunguka.
Since I registered my company, I joined the Private Sector Federation So the private sector federation have 9 chambers. So one of the 9 chambers, there is a chamber of women entrepreneurs and young entrepreneurs too. So I had to be part of the women's entrepreneurs chamber.
We have someone in charge of health, in charge of education, in charge of poverty reduction in every committee from Akagari to the national level. And we are mobilizing community to access to the national policies. Our partnership with UNFPA is based on health issues, especially on family planning. We are mobilizing women and men. We are mobilizing families to access to family planning methods. Family planning was the matter of women, but now, for example, when we go for campaign into the community, we don't talk to women only. We are talking to family. We are talking to the couple. We are mobilizing men with their partners.
Tuzaba tugeze ku kintu gikomeye kubera ko twe duhora dutera imbere uko umwaka ushira ntabwo turasubiraho inyuma na gato. Wumvise aho nakubwiye twagiye dutangirira mu nzego dushobora guhinga twihaza mu biribwa, none twatangiye kujya dusagurira amasoko, ubu dukorana na rada. Urumva mbese n'intera, ntabwo rero tuzasubira inyuma, tuzaguma dutyo. Tumaze guteza umurenge imbere, abandi baratwigana bagakora, twigisha n'ibimasa, nabyo ni umwuga umwe mu ishyirahamwe. Urumva rero nta kuntu wasubira inyuma kandi uhora utera imbere buri munsi. Ndumva abanyarwanda nyamwinshi tuzaba natwe tubagirira akamaro. Tuba dufite abanyeshuri hatwigisha nk'abana bato batashoboye gukomeza amashuri, ababishoboye bigira hano, nabyo ni umwuga wakiza umuntu. Turi abarimu babyo b'ibimasa.
Imbuto for me is a great family
mother,
a great team,
empowering
caregiver,
led by an exceptional woman, the First Lady of Rwanda,
innovative, nurture, and inspiring.
You know that Rwanda is the world champion for women empowerment.
I believe that young girls in this country should look at this and say, I can't waste that look. I have to use this to my advantage. I have to believe in myself as much as the First Lady does, as much as people around me tell me to.
Rwanda is making progress because of this also. By putting women in key position, there's a huge involvement of all the part of the population in what is at stake, speaking about development. And from my personal experience, I can tell you that where I performed well is where I was working with women.
The way I see the role of the youth and the Rwandan girl in the future of this country, it will be a major role because she has been given better opportunity than some of us, because she has been able to see people perform better than probably she ever thought, because we have a country, a community, and a leadership that is out to give the best that we can give to our youth. So I'm very confident that our youth, especially the girls, will hold positions of responsibility in various capacities, that they'll hold themselves with high esteem, that they will be exemplary to the African woman and will play a very big stake in the development of the country and Africa and the world at large.
The high-level authorities are close to the population, and that make a better partnership and create a commitment of all these youth to the development priority of the country.
Imbuto is planting beautiful seeds countrywide.
I think the message to young girls is we did it. I mean, we're still doing it. It's not easy, but it's possible. And don't let anyone ever tell you you can't do it, especially yourself.
My reading of all this is that all countries should do this.
I'm not predicting, but what I'm saying is a Rwanda coming ahead with young, energetic women who are going to change the face of a society, me inclusive.
Imbuto Foundation, they've done a lot for our country in as far as encouraging the young ladies of this country to invest in education, concentrate in education, and I'm saying yes. Thank you so much, Imbuto. You're doing a great job, and this country needs both men and women united together.
We are happy. The United Nations is happy to partner with a country where women are empowered, and I wish to commend the national authorities, the leadership of this country for this, and we are working with them to continue this. But there's something very important that needs to be said on this. Beyond the decision, the political will, we need to build institutions that can help to sustain this good political will, this good decision of the leadership. And for this, we need to get together with other partners, but also under the leadership of the government, to see how we can put in place some institutions, put in place some facilities that can help to sustain this good experience.